Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Because Wrestling. We're back again after another break.
We keep doing these hiatus episodes,
even though we promised that we'd be back regularly, but
they've learned long enough to never trust a word we say.
No, we're worse. We're worse than WWE and anyone else who said we make empty promises.
Yeah, so many empty promises.
Yeah.
We may be back next week. We may be not.
I don't know. Hopefully, I hope so. I don't know. You're a busy boy.
I'm a very busy boy at the moment, and that's
partially why.
A lot of the reason is probably my fault. So send your hate mail at Jack Kiley 13 or Jack Kiley 40, whatever my Twitter handle is these days.
Blame him. I've been trying.
Yeah,
but he won't let me. But so wrestling.
Wrestling.
What's
where do we even start? We might as well start with the Wednesday Night Wars.
Might as well. Update on that.
We said in our first episode, our last episode was the first episode of the Wednesday Night Wars.
Christ, that was 4 weeks ago.
Yes, and we said we were going to start ranking, or we were going to start keeping score.
I've kept score.
Okay. I'm just saying we're going to keep score now. So, what would you have it? We gave the first week to NXT.
I have it 2-all.
I
have it first week NXT.
AEW took in the
second week AEW, third week AEW, and last week NXT. But last week was tough though.
Last week was the best week collectively, I think.
I think last week was AEW's best episode yet. But Finn Balor turned heel, and that trumped it for me. NXT,
do you think? I still think the second episode was NXT's best episode.
With the promo, with Jericho's promo.
Yeah, I
thought last week.
I'm a bit biased because that's the only one I watched live.
Okay.
But
it was a good one to watch live. It's probably the second best one.
It's up there. That's the debate between, I think, the two of them. Last week was definitely NXT's best episode.
Well, see, the thing was the episode in general, like the episode in full, was. As far as NXT standards go, it was like average. Joe, if that was like an episode of Raw, it would have been like the best episode of Raw all year. But like, as far as NXT goes, like I thought it was kind of average. But the triple threat match between Roderick Strong, Keith Lee, and Dominik Dijakovic, and the subsequent angle afterwards with Finn Balor turning heel on Johnny Gargano, I think that whole thing collectively brought it up to level with AEW. But I like the way I'm kind of judging it is like what was I talking about most the next day, and for me it was Finn Balor's heel turn.
Yeah.
So
for
me right now it's 2-all, 2 apiece.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the standard is only getting better and better each week. Like you had 2 really strong episodes last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like the end segment of both shows was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like the
brawl.
The segment, with the brawl and DDP coming back and all that.
Yeah.
Like it was the AEW, and it's really good because Wednesday night is now becoming the hub for brilliant wrestling.
Yeah.
And it feels like they're trying to outdo each other, and that's what's making the competition so great. Like the one thing that worries me is I don't want it to become a thing now, because WCW were receptive to this, like back in the day, that they get lost in what is good, and they'll just do things for shock value.
Yeah.
So like they'll just keep turning and swerving people, and then to a point where it gets so twisted that you just lose track of it,
Yeah.
Like when you think back to, I was watching it. I watched it this week because a lot of people are covering it at the moment. But it was Halloween Havoc '98, when it was Hogan and Warrior.
Yeah.
and like the week before,
the mirror thing.
Yeah, that stuff. But the week before, Hogan attacks Horace Hogan, who is his nephew, and beats the shit out of him and bloodies him. And the message was, if I do this to my own blood, God only knows what I'll do to you, Warrior, and all this. And then at the end of the match, Horace Hogan comes in and attacks Warrior. He comes in with the chair and looks like he's going to hit Hogan, and he hits Warrior, and that's it. But like, makes no sense because Hogan beat the living shit out of him the week before, and it's just stuff like that.
Shoot, fucked him up.
Yeah. So yeah, stuff like that. I just hope it doesn't become that. Now the Balor thing made a lot of sense because he was saying, "I'm going to go back to my own ways."
Yeah, I love that.
So that's cool.
Like, I think the Balor thing made sense. I wouldn't say anything on NXT. Like, the one thing that's like been great about NXT, the great thing about NXT, one is the in ring action's always great, and two, like if they do anything major in storylines, it always makes sense. There is always reason to it. You can tell that they've sat down and gone, okay, if we're going to turn Finn Balor heel, it's not going to be for nothing. It's not going to be for nothing.
Which is rare in the WWE umbrella these days, that they actually start with what they're going to end with and go work backwards.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Vince McMahon's rule of thumb, that is just not the way they do it down there.
And like the thing I loved about the thing I loved the most about the Finn Balor heel turn was, like, it would have been so obvious to just have him join UE straight then and there.
Yeah, but they didn't. They have a plan.
Whether he will or not in the future, I don't know.
I hope he does.
I don't know. I have an idea. I have an idea.
Okay.
But I don't know how I feel about it if it does happen. So obviously, will I tell you?
Yeah, well, yeah. You can't just hook us like that.
I know. So obviously, all of Undisputed Era are champions now.
Yep.
So we have the next takeover coming up in about, I think it's like 3 weeks' time, and you have to imagine that all the titles are going to be defended on the show, as they typically are.
Yeah.
Usually. So I think Strong will defend his title against whoever. I don't know. I think he'll win. I think he'll retain.
Yeah.
Fish and O'Reilly will defend their titles against whoever. I don't know, and they'll retain.
Yeah.
And then Adam Cole will defend his title against presumably Tommaso Ciampa. That seems to be the only kind of logical one. And I think he'll lose. I think Ciampa will get the belt back. And then Cole will be the only one without a belt. And I think Cole will slowly start to slip. And I don't think it'll be the case.
Is Ciampa like a face in this situation?
He's kind of like an anti. All he cares about is the belt. He doesn't care who has it.
Yeah.
That's kind of Ciampa's thing. Like, he doesn't care about who has the belt.
But what happens with Ciampa then? Does he go back to feuding with Gargano, or?
I think he goes. I think Finn beats Gargano, and then you get Ciampa Finn.
Okay.
And then you can have I don't know how long Finn Balor's going to be in NXT for, but I wouldn't mind if like this whole thing was literally from when he came back to like Mania, say, just a small little run, just to get a boost up, and have like Ciampa Balor feud for a bit, have Ciampa beat Balor, get that massive win, and then build to Mania and finish the Gargano Ciampa feud a year on from when it was meant to finish.
But yeah, a year on from when it's meant to finish, and like 5 years on from when it starts.
But anyway, what I think might happen is Cole might be left the only one without the belt, without a belt. And at first, like, they'll stay unified and they'll stay like, look, you know, there was one point you were the only person with a belt, so like, and you stayed strong with us, so like, we'll stay with you. And whatever, he gets a shot, he gets a rematch against Ciampa, and maybe even 2 rematches, and he can't get it done. And like, after the last one, UE come out to like embrace and be like, look, it's cool, we're still a group, we're still a brotherhood. And then they literally just kick the shit out of him, and out comes Balor.
And he's the dude.
And Balor gets brought in. We're like,
so is UE in your eyes like New Japan, where it's not just the 4? It's not, or is it like the Bullet Club in the sense that like it'll have a number of leaders in
I think WWE should be open to that idea. I think it's kind of, it's silly, I think, to just be like, I think it's silly, the idea of like, well, it's not silly all the time, but like the way WWE seems to do it is like, okay, we have a faction, once that faction kind of dissolves, once one member leaves, that faction will slowly start to dissolve. So like, it's okay for like Bullet Club is kind of a really good example because it's evolved into different stages.
Different versions of the Bullet
different
Club.
leaders have brought different things to the table and kind of
like the AJ Styles Bullet
Like,
Club is a lot different to Tamatonga's Bullet Club.
The way I think about it is like, with when Prince Devitt founded it, like it was a bunch of gaijins who were just heels and hell bent on causing destruction and just ruining everything.
Yeah.
Then when he left, AJ came in, and when AJ came in, it was all about success. It was all about like winning all the titles, and that's what they did. That was like, you could argue, the most successful championship reigns for Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Then Kenny came in, and when Kenny took over, it was all about just revolutionizing wrestling, just like changing the face of wrestling.
Which they did.
And now Jay White's in, and Jay White's whole thing is like going back to their roots and like just doing what Bullet Club was founded on. So what is what they're doing as well. So, but my only issue with it, like, I mean, it's all well and good because it was what I came up with, but like what I can't seem to get around then is what I do with Cole. Because he's been obviously since he joined NXT, he's been with UE.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to envision him out. And plus, Undisputed Era is fucking class, and I love it. And I love Cole in Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What worries me about that idea is how Adam Cole would translate as a face.
Yeah,
he's a very, very good heel.
He does work as a face sometimes, because just when he was coming to the end of his indie run, when he got kicked out of the Bullet Club and stuff, he was working face.
Yeah, but it was very
it was very brief.
Short.
Yeah, and it was like, it was the only reason he was face is because people were going to cheer for him anyway.
Yeah, he was leaving.
Yeah,
but
and so they probably won't. I actually don't want them to split UE. Not until it makes perfect sense. Like, not until there's literally no other option.
What I'd love is if this leads to Gallows and Anderson going down to NXT as well.
I thought of an idea.
What?
I came up with the fucking solution, didn't I? Right. So Balor joins UE, new leader, and then him and Cole enter a feud, and Cole's obviously outnumbered 4-1.
Oh.
So Cole goes up and finds some buddies in the form of his former Too Sweet Bullet Club brethren, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows.
Were they in the same version of the Bullet Club?
I think. Well, Gallows and Anderson definitely were. I think AJ was brief. I think AJ was the guy who brought Cole in. Well, the Bucks were the guys who brought Cole in, but
it was under AJ's
I think it was
leadership.
Under AJ's reign. I think, yeah.
Interesting. And then they all go to TNT on Wednesday nights.
Yeah. Imagine Invasion.
It's so weird when you think of it, because when you think of like,
so give us UE versus the club or the OC, whatever.
Yeah.
And
it's so weird when you're on about this like war. This like Wednesday night war, and like it's so weird when you think of like the Bucks are such good friends with Adam Cole.
They're such good friends with Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are a different thing because they're not on NXT. But like,
as in like
NXT versus
the weirdest thing is like,
Britt Baker
and Adam Cole. That's the weirdest.
They're married.
Yeah, that's what I think is weird.
And like,
Renee Young's on NXT, but I was going to say Renee Young and John Moxley.
It's so weird when
see her and Sean Spears were having a conversation on Twitter, like retweeting their.
But she keeps anything All Elite Wrestling put up about Moxley. She comments on it, like.
And she put up a thing going like, "Oh, I tried to get John to get his blonde mullet back, but he wouldn't." And then Sean Spears was like, "Oh, petition to get him to grow his mullet back." And then like Renee was like, "Oh yeah,
he can." He's a balding man these days.
Yeah, he's got a very bad hairline.
John Moxley.
So yeah, I think like Renee is one of those people who's like, you can tell. If she ever gets released, she's just straight over there.
I don't think she would. I don't think. I think she'd just support her husband. I think if
she was like, wasn't she like a news anchor or something?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was just a daytime TV host. I think if she ever leaves WWE, it'd be for something along those lines.
I think she'd work fine as well as a like. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like obviously she shines best when she's like given like a presenter role.
Yeah, she's a very good television presenter.
Yeah. Like she was good at commentating, but when she's just not.
I think
she did third man kind of thing.
Yeah, and she didn't get helped with like when they kept referencing Dean Ambrose at the time and
leaving
and stuff like that.
Like, how are you going to cope at home? I don't know. Fine. Probably,
Yeah, like
he'd probably be home more.
I would imagine they go home and don't talk about wrestling.
She probably sees him more now that he's like
Yeah,
not with the company.
yeah,
I don't know. That's I don't know.
it's a weird one.
Yeah. So that's where I kind of go with. That's what I in my head. That's how I kind of see that playing out. But then again, I don't know if I'd like to see it because I think Adam Cole works so well with Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What do you think of this whole Seth Rollins thing with AEW? Did you see that?
I saw where he's like the minor leagues or something, and like Kenny Omega wrestles me at WrestleMania or something.
Like whoever WWE's PR guy is, my best idea would be whenever you're doing a public appearance, maybe do not send Seth Rollins because he's not the best guy in that role. Like always send someone like you think of someone like John Cena would never ever say anything like
No,
that.
John Cena is a smart
And
businessman.
he's a respectable like
The thing about John Cena is he's got a business mind, whereas like Seth Rollins has like a wrestler's mind.
yeah.
Because in his head he's still like, oh, this match could theoretically happen if I say this, but it's
Well,
not.
yeah, well maybe that's it. But like I just don't get a guy in Seth Rollins coming out like a guy who built his career as Tyler Black in Ring of Honor
And be like, they're the
and
minor
coming
leagues.
out accusing or criticizing people for playing in the minor leagues. I just don't get it.
I think some people are saying online that like, oh, it's him kind of staying loyal and protecting his spot as like the top guy in the company, which is fair enough, but you don't have to.
I don't think you're protecting your
You're
spot
not
doing that.
like you're just
Because what they're going to do is next time they have need a public appearance, send Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns
he does it way better.
Yeah,
because he's WWE grown as well. Like
yeah, well, there's that, and I just think like I think you're either good at doing this PR stuff
Or
and
not,
you're not. And I think Cena
yeah.
was always very good at it. Roman Rock is always very good at it. Hogan.
Titus O'Neil. They always send him blades.
Yeah, Titus O'Neil.
No, if you ever see any event they do, they send him. I swear to God, it's the only time he ever appears for WWE anymore. It's as like in like a PR standpoint, like it's mad.
He's like more of a company ambassador.
Big Show is another guy.
Big Show's another, yeah.
Mark Henry is another one.
Like Mark Henry can be a bit controversial at times.
They always send Mark Henry. What women's wrestler do they always send? Charlotte. Always send Charlotte. They send Alexa a good bit.
Yeah, they do. But like I don't know. Maybe someone needs to sit down with Rollins and be like, "Look,
you can't just say these things.
Like it's not even.
Don't mention them.
Yeah, just don't mention them. Just
but like,
if you're going to be asked about, if you're going to be asked like someone should sit down with him and prep him. But like, if you're going to be asked a question about Kenny Omega,
deflect.
Deflect, or just be like, just praise Kenny Omega's wrestling ability. Just do not mention AEW.
Yeah.
Or do not be like, oh well, he's gone down to the minor leagues. Like
I've got so much money in my bank account, and he doesn't.
Yeah, it's so petty and so stupid. And like the thing is, this is a guy who's meant to be a face.
Yeah.
And when he says something like that,
he's such a natural heel.
That's the thing as well. That's another thing with Seth Rollins is like he is a very, very good heel, and I just really want him to get back to that.
And you know what? Like I love Seth Rollins. I really do. I know he's soured a lot of people. But I really do like Seth Rollins. I am a Seth Rollins fan.
Yes.
But he's making it really
hard at the moment. Yeah.
He's making it really, really hard to like him. Like his matches are still, well, not as of late really, but like obviously with all the shit with the Fiend and stuff. But like, for example, his match with Humberto Carrillo on Raw this week.
Yeah, very good.
Really good. Like let Seth Rollins do what Seth Rollins is good at.
Yeah. Less talk and let him wrestle. Like the whole thing when he wrestled, who did he wrestle recently? Who's he against? And the crowd were so against him at the start.
Bray Wyatt in that fantastic match.
Was that Bray Wyatt?
No, I don't.
No, remember he wrestled the pay-per-view before that. Who was it? It wasn't Brock.
It might have been Brock. No.
Was it? No.
SummerSlam. It wasn't AJ. It wasn't Baron.
It was AJ, was it? No.
No, hold on now.
God, why is it slipping my mind?
Crown Jewel 2019. I'll work backwards.
Um,
No, I know what you're on about.
because it started with the crowd booing him, and then they eventually got into it. I thought it was AJ, no?
Oh, it might have been Clash Champions. Who do you wrestle there? Braun.
Yeah.
It was a Braun.
Maybe. But it's like that. Whatever, whoever it was. Anyway.
SummerSlam was Brock, and
I think it might have been the Brock match. So maybe they were just booing.
It
him.
was Brock because people were like he was getting the shit out of him, and then he was. Oh.
Yeah, and it was a great match, Brock.
Yeah.
But remember, just before that, he was doing all the PR, and people were like, "Oh," and they were just so sour, and they booed him out of the building. That was around.
It could have been the Braun match too. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was you get my point, like that.
Yeah,
like, you should just leave him wrestle.
If you leave him wrestle, like he will win you over.
Yeah, but then like, by God, JR didn't have.
JR was cranky. JR.
Have you listened to JR's podcast lately?
No, just that.
It's the best 2.5 hours of you could spend
the grilling JR thing.
It is excellent because he is so cranky because he's
always off like a plane. Or
they've recorded like the only time they get to record it is like right when he gets off his flight when he comes back home from the AEW.
And they're always like delayed.
And he's so cranky and it's fucking hilarious. He was like because they brought up something about John Laurinaitis in whatever episode they were doing a few weeks back, and he went off on a fucking rant about John Laurinaitis, about how he was never a good talent manager like JR was, but Vince always wanted John Laurinaitis to take JR's place, and he said that when John Laurinaitis became head of talent relations and relieved JR of his duty, he said JR was still doing that job. He still had people coming up to him, and he said after a while Vince turned to him and was like, "Are you still doing this job and this job?" And JR was like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Why isn't John Laurinaitis doing it?" He's like, "Because John Laurinaitis is fucking inept at his job." He's like, he just went off on this fucking rant about it, and he was getting pure like, he was like getting really bad at the fact that like John, when his wife died, John Laurinaitis never contacted him and all this. He just went off on a rant.
He just hates John Laurinaitis.
Hates him.
But I mean,
he came out and said
maybe he said Seth Rollins is a great guy and he's a really good wrestler, and maybe someday he'll be as like over as his girlfriend. But which is funny.
Which is excellent.
It's funny, and it's just the way JR said it. It's just like because he just said it in his classic like southern drawl,
and he put it right at the end as well.
Yeah,
so it looked like he was just saying a really really nice message, and then it was like the wrestling equivalent of that Colleen Rooney thing.
Yeah,
it was like, and it's Rebecca Vardy. It's like, and Seth Rollins is not over as Becky Lynch.
And Seth Rollins sucks. Yeah. But and then which has turned into Becky Lynch firing back at JR. Saying, JR, you're a great commentator, you're one of the best of all time, but I'd whoop your entire women's roster and twice on Sundays.
Yeah.
Which it just isn't relevant, really, is it? It's just getting involved. It's just getting involved. It makes Seth Rollins look worse.
Yeah, because his wife or his girlfriend or whoever
his fiance
it just backs up whatever JR.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, it's like, oh, you can't even literally fire back now. Your girlfriend has to come in and speak for yourself and speak for you.
He put up. He said he tweeted something as well, and it was just so petty again. And I was like, here,
Rollins. Oh, yeah, it was the you dope thing. He said yeah dope, and it was like, you're not Irish. You don't speak like that. It
wasn't that.
It looked like Becky had typed out his tweet.
I didn't see that. No, what I'm on about is...
Hold on, because I had to look that up.
He was asked just a general question. It had nothing got to do with whatever JR said. And he was like, can you do this for me or whatever? And he was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not over enough to do it.
I saw that, yeah.
Get over yourself, you whiny little shit.
See the picture he put up, and it was like him right, it was like him in like armbands and like a cat, like a
I saw
cap,
that.
and he was like, whoever put it up being like Seth Rollins isn't cool or something like that. Like, oh, that's the one. It was gorilla position. It was to confirm Seth Rollins is cool. Who wouldn't want to spend the evening with this cool customer? If you haven't got your tickets for WWE Live, whatever, blah 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 blah. And then he retweeted it going, come and hang out with me and my super over fiance. What did he say? He said something like
He's just not very good at being a face. If he was a heel, it would just be excellent.
Just turn him heel.
Like,
Just turn him heel. It's easy.
mm,
It's an easily. I think he deleted the tweet.
yeah,
It's an easily solved thing. Like, if he just turns heel, it's
yeah.
all easy to do.
It's
And I love Seth
It's a
Rollins.
strange one.
I love Seth Rollins. I want people to also love him. But like, he's making it hard.
yeah. He's making it really difficult at the moment. It's making WWE come across a lot worse.
Eric Stone Street has put up another video with Brock Lesnar.
Was that a new one?
It's a new one.
They're the most.
I think it's a new one. Can I play this without getting sued?
Probably not.
It's Brock in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it's a different one, from the one I saw. But
look.
How are they friends?
Oh, Bray Wyatt got a new tattoo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, you can't see that. So, anything else you want to talk about?
I suppose there's a lot to get through, but I suppose Bound for Glory happened. That was a thing.
That happened, yeah.
Eric Bischoff got fired. We didn't talk about that.
That's the new Becky Lynch shirt, by the way.
I don't care about your stupid.
Designed by I don't know, Calibri font. Microsoft Word looks.
Those like T-shirts are fucking.
Speaking,
awful.
I suppose we should.
Yeah, we should. But before we do, like, just those T-shirts. What happened to? They had good T-shirts up until last year.
Very recent,
yeah. It's weird.
It is weird.
It's
yeah.
just
there's
the
no
most
creativity.
bog standard.
The only cool one that I've seen so far is the one of Bray Wyatt's newest ones.
Yeah,
it was like acid washed. It was cool enough. Like,
yeah. But yeah, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I suppose we'll talk about it because it's relevant to time wise. Like, we could talk about Eric Bischoff and Bound for Glory, but they all happened.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So, Jordan Miles, formerly ACH of the indie scene, brought up a very, important issue. In that, so a T-shirt got released of a bunch of like NXT guys, and one is his. One is he got one, and I'm not going to describe the T-shirt to you. Just Google it and you'll see what I mean. But it is of a racist tone, let's say. And Jordan Miles is an African American individual, and yeah, the T-shirt, it appears to be in bad taste, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think WWE would ever be overtly racist, because that's just silly for a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
So, but it is kind of, it's about as racist as you could get away with, really. And Jordan Miles has come out and be like, this is a disgrace. It's a slap in the face to every WWE, every African American WWE employee, performer, or supporter. And this has since been WWE have replied with, he okayed this design. It was sent to Jordan Miles, and he okayed the design. He said it's totally fine. Feel free to use it. In which Jordan Miles has he first replied with a short video of him saying WWE hates black people, and he gave the finger to the camera, and then he since deleted that video and now put up saying he was in contact with whoever was in charge of the designs of the t-shirts and stuff or whatever, and said first he was shown the t-shirt on a white background, on like a white t-shirt, so he said it wasn't as bad, but then he said he still opted for a different logo, and he said he showed some designs and some stuff that he thought was better, and he said the person, and he has screenshotted the emails and sent them out of the guy who was dealing with all this, saying that this is what Triple H wanted, that Triple H was kind of directly behind all of this and wanted this design for the t-shirts, above anything else.
I think. Okay, it is it's a sensitive subject.
Just
So
look up. I'm not going to describe the t-shirt because
yeah,
it's not nice to.
well,
So
well,
just look it
yeah,
up. Just
but
look it up.
it's a tough one. I think he didn't do himself any favors the way he went about it.
Like it is. It's hard to say like what is the right way to deal with it. Do you know? Because it is. You know, when you're dealing with racism, like how do you combat racism fairly? If you know what I mean. Like I don't
that
know.
is fair enough, but I think publishing private emails and stuff is
Yeah.
a very risky thing to do because a lot of companies, even if he does, I don't know what the whole thing is with WWE. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but let's say he does get let go or whatever.
Like they
like
have. Like that's the thing. Like as of now, I don't think they really have released
no,
him or anything.
no, they haven't. But
Yeah.
the I think like the whole like if you're an AEW representative and you're seeing that and this guy is publishing company private emails out there and screenshotting them and stuff like that is
Oh, he put up a tweet an hour ago. He said, "Why should I apologize for being honest? Why should I not voice my opinion and state the facts about the state of the business? I am proud to be a professional wrestler. I'm even more proud to be an African American. Stand with me and stand behind me. Hashtag for the culture."
yeah. He also came out and criticized Ring of Honor.
He did, yeah, and Jay
Uh,
Lethal.
yeah, which I don't know. I think I like again. It's a touchy subject. Um, yeah, it's a weird one, but again,
Like
um,
it's hard for me to really believe that WB did this with the intent of being racist.
no,
I highly doubt they would do that.
yeah.
I think they perceive something.
I think it was just a bad judgment call
It
by
was.
whoever.
I think it was. I think like I don't think it was meant to be racist, but I think they probably looked at it and went, "That's not racist. Like that's not offensive." And we're probably, I don't know.
I don't know. Again, I don't know. Like they, I think it was just being a bit naive that like they didn't think of it in
Yeah.
the
Plus,
context.
it's a crap T-shirt.
Well, yeah,
Plus, like it's just not like even like, it's not designed well.
it's just a lazy design.
They all were though. Like
Yeah, they
that crop of NXT T-shirts that came out
are
were
all lazy
shite.
designs. Um,
This one just so happened to be a bit touchy, bit racist.
um. So yeah, trying to think of other. I'm looking here just to see if there's any other.
Xavier Woods
Xavier Woods is injured
for a
He's
year.
there for a year.
A year. 9 months to a year.
They
But then again, I don't know. Does he possess the Super Cena gene that'll allow him to come back?
Super Cena gene. Um,
Towards Achilles tendon at a house show in Australia.
Yeah. WWE 2K20 came out this week to major backlash.
Oh, it's shit. Well,
From what I saw,
I don't
I
have
haven't
it. I don't
played
have
the
it. It
game.
looks crap.
Which is such a shit. Like, obviously, Ukes is gone.
Yeah.
And they have been a big part of WWE games for the better part of 20
years.
Just
get THQ back.
THQ are Ukes.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, just fuck EA. Or 2K, whatever.
Yeah, but 2K are offering the company a lot of money.
I know,
like I don't know. I just it's a strange one because last year's game was really good. My career on it was one of the best games since like the SmackDown versus Raw series. It's definitely the best 2K game, but now this year, even just the graphics wise and all that, just looks
graphics wise looks terrible. In fairness, now the stories and stuff don't look too bad, but like this, the graphics look shite. And it's just super glitchy. Just unbelievably glitchy. The videos have been absolutely hilarious of just stuff that happens.
I saw one of the tables match. Someone was playing the tables match, and they were just about to powerbomb their opponent,
and it like
table,
vanished,
and it like just sunk into the
I
ground.
saw that. That was it like vanished. I saw another one. It was like, was it Cena? Ended up just doing like mad spins around the ring like on his back.
He has his new hair as well.
Yeah.
He has his hair in it.
Yeah, he does.
Um,
That's funny enough. See, and like I've seen just like people commenting on like what, like, did you see that picture of Randy Savage's model?
no.
Oh my good
Bad.
god! It's I don't know who it is, but it's not Randy Savage. It's just like that. The Randy Savage one was very bad.
They kind of it's yeah. It started to creep in kind of towards the middle of last year, because remember they released DLC last year, and one of them was Mike and Ellis, and Maria's character
Yeah, Maria
was
looked horrible.
awful.
Yeah, Maria looked awful.
So like some of them are just are just really, like, The Rock is really bad. The Rock looks like pixelated compared to last year's one. Compared to last year's model, like, I just don't get why they weren't using the same models.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I can, like, fair enough. You need to, like, kind of keep up to date, like, but like
That's not keeping up to date. That's going 10 years behind.
it is, yeah.
Um,
it just doesn't look like, just doesn't look good.
It looks like the same graphics from like SmackDown vs. Raw on the PSP. Like,
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah.
SmackDown vs. Raw was way better.
Yeah.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was just the best game ever.
Well, I think the best games were the Here Comes the Pain.
My favorite wrestling game of all time is SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
That's my favorite wrestling
game.
game.
There's a rumor that it's being remastered. Do you see that?
I hope so.
The only worry.
Ultimo Dragon, like.
The only thing about it being remastered is it would cause the problems with it being remastered would be, like, not everyone who's on that game is under WWE contract anymore.
No, yeah.
Another issue would obviously be Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah.
Like, stuff like that. But
yeah, they probably couldn't.
What I suggest they do is they remaster Here Comes the Pain, but just do it with the roster now, but do it the same way
game, like,
as the Here Comes the Pain. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you could. Yes, that's my favorite wrestling game of all time, though. Here Comes the Pain. Everyone says No Mercy, but I think it was
I never played No Mercy, I don't think. That was on the N64, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I never had an N64, so.
I didn't either, but I did play it.
No, I don't.
But I had to play it. I got the PS2, though. I remember whatever year it came out, that Christmas, I got a PS2 and I got SmackDown Here Comes the Pain as, like, the game for it.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, those were happy days. But yeah, I remember I had SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and then I got SmackDown vs. Raw.
The original one.
I got SmackDown vs. Raw. I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. And was there a SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, or was that when 2K came out?
No, that was 2009. No, there was SmackDown vs. Raw until 2011.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, and then the game after that was just WWE 12.
Oh yeah.
And then WWE 13 was the one with Punk on the cover.
Yeah.
That was a really good game. It was the Attitude Era game. Then
it was 2K14 because Cena was on the cover, I remember.
No, 2K15 Cena was on the cover. Rock was 2K14.
Oh yeah, but 2K14 was the first one.
Yeah, but Rock was on the cover. Cena was 15.
16 was Lesnar, was it? Or no, 16 was
Lesnar, yeah.
And Goldberg.
No, 16 was Austin.
17 was Lesnar.
17 was Lesnar.
18 was Rollins. 19 was AJ.
Yeah,
and now it's Becky and Roman.
Yeah, I remember 16 was Austin because they didn't have a big enough star to put on their own thing. But the 2K showcase that year was Austin as well, yeah.
But because I remember I had 2K6 not 2K6. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, and then I remember I stopped watching wrestling for a while, so I didn't buy any games. And then when I came back, I didn't want any games.
Yeah.
So I got 13. I got WWE 13, and that was
one of the best games.
That was the last wrestling game I bought. WWE 13 was the last wrestling
I-
game I bought.
I've-
I haven't bought a 2K. I never bought a 2K.
I've had 15, 17, and 19.
Yeah.
I've taken 2-year
2-year intervals.
gaps.
Good,
I'll probably
good.
I'll probably do the same.
2K20 looks shite.
But like but it's true because I'd 16, I'd 15, 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had the Aston one. I'd 15, 16, 17. I just didn't get 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 18 was bad, and I'm probably not going to get 20 either.
Yeah. What was it? Who was on 18? Rollins.
Rollins. There was
the burn it down one where you went to the warehouse and burned down.
Yeah, but that was the year they got rid of the showcase mode as well.
Mm.
And then it just got crappy after that.
Mm.
And then I know they've brought it back. But yeah, do you wanna when we talk about Crown Jewel, do you wanna get into Crown Jewel now?
Yeah.
As you say eagerly.
Before I go into that though, we're not going to predict it, but I just want to quickly mention.
We're not going to predict it.
No, we're going to predict Crown Jewel, but we're not going to predict this. This Saturday is MLW's first ever pay per view.
Oh yeah.
MLW Saturday Night Super Fight is this Saturday live from Cicero, Illinois.
Yeah.
And in the Cicero Stadium. The card's actually pretty good. I just want to quickly run down the card.
Yep.
It's Low Key versus Brian Pillman Jr. Which could be.
Is that the main event or is that?
No, no. Low Key versus Brian Pillman Jr.
Okay.
Jimmy Havoc versus Beastia 666 versus Mance Warner in a Stairway to Hell match.
The hell is a Stairway to Hell match?
I don't know, but it sounds fun. And like Beastia 666 and Mance Warner are two hardcore dudes, so
yeah,
that sounds fun. Then there's a 6-man tag match. It's Injustice, the team of Jordan Oliver, Cotto Brazil, and Myron Reed versus Gringo Loco, Puma King, and Septimo Dragon. I know one person of those 6. Then a Texas Tornado match for the MLW tag team titles. It is the Dynasty, MJF and Richard Holloway, the champions, defending their titles against the Von Erichs, Marshall Von Erich and Ross Von Erich. So that would be cool. Then you got Teddy Hart defending the MLW middleweight title against Austin Aries. Okay. Austin Aries popping up for fucking since Bound for Glory last year, I think.
Yeah.
Tom Lawler versus Timothy Thatcher, and what's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
That'll be a really good match.
Alexander Hammerstone defending his national openweight title against Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Okay.
And the main event, Jacob Fatu defending his MLW World Heavyweight title against LA Park. So
interesting.
Yeah, 53-year-old LA Park, by the way.
Yeah, who recently did a suicide.
That's a different guy.
Oh, is that a different
guy? There. So there was a lot of confusion about this. So LA Park, the guy who was in WCW and stuff, the chairman.
Yeah.
Is signed to MLW currently and is in a feud with Jacob Fatu, right? He's 53 years old. Yes, he's 53 years old. La Parca, who
is a totally different guy.
Is a totally different guy.
Okay.
But the confusion is in WCW, LA Park was called La Parca.
Oh.
So, but like, you know how sometimes luchadors inherit like things?
Yeah.
This dude, whoever he is, inherited the La Parca stuff, and he was wrestling a showdown in Mexico against Rush, and went to do a suicide dive. His foot got caught in the rope, and he just clung his head off the barricade. He has suffered a cervical fracture in his back. It is basically a broken neck. So yeah, I don't know. It's not the 53-year-old guy. Okay, everyone was like, "Holy shit!"
He's damn near killed himself.
No, the original La Parca, who is now known as LA Park, is healthy, and he's wrestling this Saturday for the MLW Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu.
Interesting.
Which I'm actually looking forward to that match.
Yeah,
because Jacob Fatu is one of my favorite.
He is definitely an up and coming star.
He's one of my favorite guys. Who's like, I know I don't want to count, like, I don't want to say like not signed to anywhere major, like, because he is signed to MLW, but like he's one of my one of the guys who's lesser known. You know what I mean?
What's the situation with the likes of Jimmy Havoc and MJF then?
I think this will probably be like their last
yeah.
thing. Like like I say, the Dynasty are dropping the titles to the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
Jimmy Havoc, he could win or lose that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is Brian Pillman Jr. signed to
AEW?
AEW?
No.
But like then again, there might be some sort of working relationship with MLW the same way that they have with AAA.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know. Anyways, let's move on to the old crown jewel, the pinnacle of wrestling.
Yeah, just crown jewel last year almost made me quit wrestling.
Yeah,
and this podcast.
This one, this year, however, it's not as bad, but it's still a Saudi show. So let's get to it. Crown Jewel 2019 taking place this Thursday. So not taking place on any normal day. It's or any normal pay-per-view day like Saturday or Sunday. It's on Thursday in the King Fahad International Stadium in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. If you wanted the old statistics about it. So yeah. Shall we predict, Jack?
Yeah.
So the first one is kind of a 2-in-1 prediction. So we're having a 20-man battle royal to determine the number one contender for AJ Styles United States Championship, which AJ will face later on in the night.
That night.
So we're going to 2-1. Who do you think is winning the battle royal? And who do you think is winning the subsequent match with AJ?
See, I'm confused. My original pick was going to be Mansoor. Now he's announced for a match.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have a list of people who are announced for it?
No. I wish I did. That would make it easier. But
that would make it a lot easier. Because it's just hard to pick a name out of a hat.
It is, yeah. Plus, alright, Daniel Bryan's not going to be there. Kevin Owens isn't going to be there. Sami Zayn's not going to be there. So that rules out 3 people.
Okay.
And just go through your head who else is on the card, because no one's putting double duty, especially for something that's like for a mid-card title.
Yeah. It's just hard to pull a name out of your fucking ass. I'm not sure. Do you have a name?
Yeah.
Who?
Originally, I was going Cedric Alexander, just because why not? Because he was just in a feud with him. It's just a Saudi show. It's a cop out, like.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going Cedric Alexander now because I thought of someone better. Not better, but like it's hard to say. It's more relevant. Obviously, you know that there's a tag team turmoil match.
Yeah.
And the reason I wasn't picking this man because I thought they'd be in it. I'm going Montez Ford because he's there. The Street Profits aren't announced for that tag team turmoil match, and the Street Profits recently beat the OC in their debut match on Raw, and Montez Ford is great.
Yeah.
So why the fuck not? Let him and AJ have a match that's probably going to be really good.
It makes a lot of sense, actually.
So my pick is Montez Ford because why the fuck not? Like,
not? Montez Ford does make a lot of sense.
It's just a bit random, and plus you could have AJ with the OC at his ringside and Montez with Angelo at ringside. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's also Saudi Arabia though, and it's also Vince, so it's probably gonna be like Tatanka.
Yeah.
Okay, who can I go? Who does Saudi Prince want to see now?
Who's alive? Because he wanted the Ultimate Warrior and
Yokozuna.
So
I'm gonna go Isaac Yankum. No, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock. The Rock.
No, The Rock's definitely not good. Stone Cold though, maybe.
No. Pick someone on the roster.
I can pick someone for you.
I'll go Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, fair enough. He is the bigger one, so Vince might be like, yes.
Yeah. It's also the shitter one.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, people probably give him too much flack. He has a really good spear, and he's a really good hot tag.
Yeah.
He's a good hot tag.
He is though.
He's just.
Yeah.
No personality. Alright, next up is the best match ever. I don't know what the fuck this is gonna be. It is a Falls Count Anywhere match for the
God.
Universal Championship. It is Seth Rollins defending his title against the Fiend Bray Wyatt, with the added stipulation that this match cannot be stopped for any reason. Pinfalls, submissions, DQs, countouts, knockouts, death. Nothing can be taken into account here.
Okay.
Cannot be stopped for anything.
Okay.
They literally have this written down.
I have a theory.
Okay, please.
And the way this feud is going, it would not surprise me if this is how it pans
I
out.
want to point out as well that as of now, Seth Rollins is on Raw, Bray Wyatt is on SmackDown. That is also a thing.
Yeah.
Alright, continue.
So they keep saying that this match it can't be stopped for any
Cannot
reason.
be stopped. If one of them dies in the middle of the ring.
So the reason, because they keep saying it, it makes me think that the match is going to be stopped for something.
If the heavens open and God himself strikes the stadium with
Makes a second appearance in WWE television.
Returns.
Remind you.
Unholy lightning.
It was me, Vince. It was me all along.
If bombs rain down on this stadium and
Okay, that is a term you cannot use when you're talking about Saudi Arabia.
if this stadium somehow for some reason gets leveled to the ground for whatever potential reason, I do not know, then the match will continue in the rubble. I don't care how mangled they are. I don't care if they're missing legs.
Okay, so here's how it's gonna go down, right? Because it's also Falls Count Anywhere. So
which is... Go on.
So they're gonna brawl to the backstage, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how that's gonna play out. Because, do they even have a backstage?
Yeah, but they can obviously use your imagination. Like, they can tape it, obviously.
Alright, go on.
They can... Did you ever watch WrestleMania, the parking lot brawl between Piper and
Goldust, the OJ?
Didn't film that day.
What?
But
they didn't have a car chase?
What's funny about that is that Piper broke his hand in that. And
that's why they did it, sure, to account for the injuries and stuff as well, wasn't it?
No, what happened was when they were filming it, he broke his hand, but he couldn't put it in a cast or anything because he had to be dressed the exact same when he came out.
That's so funny.
But yeah, what's gonna happen is they're gonna brawl to the back, and they're gonna come across, and Bray is gonna be kind of leading him. So
I know where you're going.
So Seth is gonna keep following him, the bumbling idiot that he is, and he's gonna keep.
You just follow him, yeah.
He's gonna keep following him, and then into a dark, area of the building.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lose Bray.
Lose him.
He won't be able to find him. Bray will be after going out, and he'd be looking for him.
Tie a bell on.
And then he's gonna open up something, and Rambling Rabbit is gonna come out and attack him. And
a literal tiny puppet.
Yeah. What else to do?
You have a buzzard. You have a literal.
Come on, now. This is WWE. Of course, this is what they're doing.
Rabbit. All right, go on.
Continue. Rambling Rabbit is going to attack him.
Yeah.
To seek revenge.
For what? Oh, burning the one place.
Yeah,
go on.
And then Rambling Rabbit's going to set him on fire, and that's how it's going to be stopped.
It cannot be stopped for any reason. Any reason. That includes burns. That includes fire.
I don't know.
So who do you have winning? Do you have Bray winning?
No, because Rambling Rabbit does it, so Bray just gets lost somewhere. Bray just halfway through the match, so just turns around and fuck, I'm going to catering.
So it ends in a no contest.
Yeah, I think this match will end in a no contest because you can't have Bray lose or you can't have Bray win.
Yeah, so we definitely can't have Bray win.
Yeah,
you definitely can't have Bray win. He's on SmackDown.
Yeah, unless they
literally just disregard the entire draft after a week or 2 weeks, however it's been.
Yeah.
Which isn't out of WWE's.
No, it isn't. No.
Okay.
Unless what they do is they do Bray wins, right? Bray wins the title. He now has the Universal title.
Yeah. Why is this for the title?
I don't know.
They don't have to. Go on.
But this is your way out of it. This is your way out of it. Bray wins.
Yeah.
Bray wins the title.
Yeah.
He has the title now, but he's a SmackDown superstar.
Yeah.
So now Raw have to try and draft Bray Wyatt, so they have to trade for him, and then it'll start the whole thing where Raw will just have to lump a load of lads in to try and get they'll have to overcompensate just to get the title back.
It's so funny. Joe, when you take that out of a kayfabe sense, just imagine a bunch of USA execs and a bunch of Fox execs being like, come on, please give us the psychopath. Come on, give us the guy with the dual personality.
Give us the guy with the puppets. Come on,
look at that guy. Look at the guy with the skin mask. Come on, come on. We'll give you 4 guys for him.
Come on.
It's like a big, like Match Attacks. It's like a big trading card game.
Who will you give us for him? We'll give you.
I'll
him.
I'll give you 2 Heath Slaters. Such a niche reference. Okay. So you have. So who do you have winning? No, do you have no contest?
I have a no contest, but if Bray is to win,
that's how it goes.
That's how you get out of it.
Do you think there's any possibility Rollins just beats him?
Oh yeah, I do think that's a possibility, but I hope not.
Yeah. I'm gonna rob your idea for a little bit because
it also legitimizes. Yeah. The concept of trading.
Yeah.
And it would bring viewership to WWE backstage because they could have the negotiations going on during the show and stuff. So
yeah, you could, but it's just silly to talk about trades when you're talking about Bray Wyatt,
I know that,
yeah.
But it you could even say that Raw. It's not that Raw want this psychopath on their brand. It's that they need their title.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you could.
Or else, what they could do is Bray could have the title, and what they could do instead of trying to trade Bray, they try and trade Brock. Or whoever is.
Yeah, they could try and go for Brock, but then you have a red title on a blue brand.
Just put a blue strap on it.
What's weird looking though. That doesn't.
What's the difference? Or just change it to fucking black like it should be.
Just change it. Just make it the big gold belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm just giving you ways out of it. I think they've booked themselves into a corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
this match shouldn't have been made. And if they had to make this match, which they didn't, it should have been non-title. But it is, so. Okay, I'm gonna rob your idea, kinda, and just tweak it a little bit. So, Joan, I'm copying your homework, but that's not exactly.
So it's not technically plagiarism.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna brawl to the back, and I think Bray's gonna lead him somewhere, and he's gonna lead him to the Firefly Funhouse.
Okay.
And they're gonna brawl in the Firefly Funhouse.
They're gonna have a Firefly Funhouse brawl.
Yeah, yeah, and I want I would have the puppets be around and have have Mercy bite Rollins in the face or something, and have Abby the Witch slap him and have Huskies bite him in the arse or something. Or, and have I would have Ramblin' Rabbit turn face and attack Bray, be no, get off my favorite wrestler, and then Bray murders him again or something, and then I would have it do you remember when Rollins faced Brock Lesnar back at Battleground 2015, I think.
When Undertaker
came out.
Murdered Seth Rollins.
And Rollins disappeared.
Yeah. I think they never explained
I think just do this. Just because
just to get out of it.
Just have him fight and have him go out that door. Have him go out the door of the Firefly Funhouse and have cameras be unable to follow them, and then just I don't know.
Yeah.
And just write it off. Just because no one cares anyway. Do you know what I mean? No one cares anyway. People are going to complain anyway.
I remember everyone else was like, "Is Seth Rollins dead?"
just because because that's the thing. People are going to complain anyway.
He just disappeared and turned up on Raw the next day and didn't explain it.
But how funny would it be if Bray had Rollins in the mandible claw and on a table and Mercy just came up and just bit him in the face?
Oh God!
How funny would that be? So I'm gonna go no contest too because you can't have a winner here.
No.
So
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
go.
so.
I'm gonna go some sort of no contest, but I don't know how or what.
Yeah.
Next up is the 9-team tag team turmoil match for the WWE World Cup. I'm assuming it's the same trophy that Shane McMahon has. He's going to present it, I imagine, even though he's been fired.
Yeah.
So it is the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, versus the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, versus Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker, versus the Lucha House Party, Lindsay Dorado, Graham Metalik, or Kalisto, in some combination of those three. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, and the B team, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Who are going to win the World Cup, and who is going to be the best tag team in the world?
I'm gonna go Shane and Vince. Judging with these tournaments.
Shane and Vacant.
I'm gonna go to Viking Raiders.
Okay, yeah. I'm going the same.
Yeah, they're just hiding them at the moment.
They're the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Plus, I would have them. I actually thought about this. I would have them win, and then have them come out like Joe. They're kind of weird, like kind of babyface, kind of heel.
Yeah.
Like have them come out the next on Raw the following Monday and be like, we literally beat the entire Raw division in a day, and then have AOP come out, and then you have Viking Raiders versus AOP.
Or what about Dawkins and Montez Ford?
Well, they're still kind of in a feud with the OC, especially if you do what I said and have Montez come out. But like you can build to that. You can have Viking Raiders versus AOP. And whoever wins that, like it doesn't matter. Whoever wins that, then you have Street Profits come up and face them, and like because like I know Andrew Dawkins is a fairly big guy, like but they still seem like underdogs compared to two massive dudes. Yeah. So yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have Viking Raiders win that, and then have them say we beat the entire Raw division in a day. So like, who is there to step to us now, and then AOP come back.
Yeah, or else you could slot the Usos in there too.
I think where are the Usos? Are they on Raw SmackDown? I think they're SmackDown.
They weren't given a division.
Oh, that's true. Actually,
yeah, they're
free agents.
They turned up that night and they were told they weren't needed because they have no plans for them, and we're not.
Which I am happy. If they don't have plans for them, they shouldn't be there.
Well, I think it's just that they're fed up of them getting into trouble, and I think they're not going to use them anymore. That's what I took.
Think so?
Yeah.
Maybe. They'd be stupid though to let him go.
Not let him go, like
just let him suffer in purgatory
for a while, anyway. But
yeah, let him learn a lesson. Yeah. I mean, it was dumb what he did. Like
yeah.
So next up, it's a fucking weird old match, isn't this one? It is the hometown boy Mansoor,
so random,
the king of Saudi Arabia himself, taking on Cesaro. Something.
But the thing is, right? What I don't understand about
gets an hour.
What I don't understand about this match as well, or what I don't understand about this Mansoor thing is that like he won that Battle Royal thing and then just didn't turn up on TV anymore. And now, does he just turn up when it's? Does he just sit at home and wait until they go back to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, you're coming to my neck of the woods again? Oh, sure, I'll turn up and wrestle." Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go Mansoor because obviously
I'm going Mansoor as well. Because he is the king of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Taker's streak, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like I hope. Do you know right? Because I've been trying to figure this out and I can't. Why is Cesaro wrestling in chinos lately or like jeans?
I have no idea. I think he just forgot his gear one time. And
yeah, now they're just running with it. Yeah. It's like that tape thing. Do you remember when he had the tape on one day and then like...
I think he's just trying things and it's just not working. I think Cesaro will end up going back down to NXT. So.
I hope so. Or even NXT UK, I wouldn't even mind.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any room for him up in the roster at the moment.
No.
And he's so good, so I would imagine Triple H would want him back.
He'd be excellent in NXT. Plus, I actually think this would be a good match because Cesaro, as you just said, is excellent, and Mansoor isn't half bad.
Yeah, and Cesaro can get a really good match out of people too.
That's the thing, like he is the perfect opponent to get like excellent matches out of. So that probably won't even be. That could genuinely steal the show.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Next up, for the WWE Championship, it is WWE Champion Brock Lesnar defending his title against Cain Velasquez. You heard me. 2-time heavyweight UFC champion Cain Velasquez for the WWE title in Kane's, I think, like third wrestling match ever. Yeah. It's like emulating Brock's MMA run.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's actually cool. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I just thought of that now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Go on, please. Tell me who you got in this one. Brock and Kane.
I think Cain Velasquez beats him in under 2 minutes.
Chicken Night knocks him out.
I think he beats him in under 2 minutes.
Joe, what's funny? Joe, they keep going back to like, oh, that like he left a scar on his face, and now at Crown Jewel he's going to scare the other side of this. Imagine he just went out there, just elbowed him into the face, just lit him up.
Yeah, how do we not trust that Brock is just going to try him again? Just try and fight him again, like.
I hope so.
Imagine if that unfolded.
I want it to be. I am one of these guys.
Imagine if Brock turned up in his gloves, like his proper MMA gear.
UFC, like his actual UFC gloves.
Yeah, I think Kane beats him in under 2 minutes. I think you do the same story like they did with Goldberg, where you just build up that Goldberg always has Brock's number. Velasquez always has Brock's number, and then build to WrestleMania where Brock finally beats him. I think what would grab more headlines now? Kane beating Brock in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I was in the company at the moment, I'd be pushing for Kane to choke him out or something like that.
It'd be cool if he choked him out.
It would be really cool if he choked him out.
It'd be cool if he choked him out. But I'm agreeing with you that Kane is going to win. But I don't think there'll be a title change. I think
it'll be disqualification.
I think he wins by DQ.
That'll suck. And you already have the no contest in the Universal title.
Well, that's in our booking scenario. But like, keep in mind we're in Saudi Arabia. Keep in mind this is kind of sort of canon, kind of sort of not.
Yeah.
So I think what might happen is I'm assuming Paul Heyman's going to be in Brock's corner as per, and I'm assuming Rey Mysterio is going to be in Kane's. So what might happen, I think, is Brock might fucking do something to Bray or something, and then Kane might lose his temper, and Kane might go after him or something, and then Brock might like low blow him. Kane might flip a switch and then like literally be on the verge of just beating the shit out of Brock Lesnar, and Brock can't escape him. So Brock takes the coward's way out and low blows him or fucking hits him with the title or something. Just like reminds him that like, oh, you're in WWE now, not UFC or something like that, and sets up towards Survivor Series, which is obviously I wouldn't call it the bigger stage because like this is a massive stadium thing, pyro and the whole lot. But
I get you.
But the more recognized stage, say.
Yeah, but the thing is, then is Survivor Series going to be SmackDown versus Raw again?
I don't know.
Or
I can't tell.
Yeah, so it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's hard to book towards that.
I don't think so. I suppose we'll have to go off like I'm imagining there will be ads on the network for when Crown Jewel's on. I'm imagining there will be ads talking about Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get a good inclination.
Yeah.
Then
it's interesting though.
But I think Kane is winning. I'm just not fully convinced that he's going to take the title.
I think he does.
I want to see him take the title, and that's not something I usually go for, but I just think it would be cool.
Because
I like Cain Velasquez.
Like Velasquez just signed a contract with WWE, right?
Yeah, and a multi-year one at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just makes no sense for him to go out there and lose to Brock. Because then you're just after investing money, a lot of money into the person and killing him straight off. So why not at least get the Mania with it?
So what's going to be interesting, I can't wait to see what he wrestles in.
His MMA gear, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's the story they're building. But like, imagine he came out in his little bull mask. And
came out in a singlet.
I want this match. The way I want this match.
No, in WWE, he'll come out with a sombrero.
Yeah.
And maracas.
The way I want this match to go down is I want Brock and Kane to link up, bit of chain wrestling, bit of suplexes, blah blah blah, and I want Brock to get the advantage because like, you know how they say, like, in MMA, like, oh, there's wrestling, there's collegiate wrestling, and then there's MMA wrestling.
Yeah.
So, like, you could be a great amateur wrestler, but you're not a great MMA wrestler. You can't
Yeah,
blend like striking into it and stuff. So Kane is a great like MMA wrestler, but Brock is the better professional wrestler.
Yeah.
So like have Brock like take advantage of like the exchanges, and then Kane's like, oh shit, right? So obviously this is Brock's world, and you know
He
he's
just punching him.
so no, well yeah maybe, but like I don't want Kane to be like just brute heavyweight again.
Yeah.
So have Kane bust out the bloody lucha libre and start
Yeah.
doing like all the
I
flips
don't
and
think he
stuff.
will though.
Yeah, you wouldn't know though. You could always like they don't have to say, oh, he learned it down in bloody Mexico in AAA. They'd be like, oh, Ray taught it to him.
Yeah, well, yeah, I get that. I get that. The
And then like Brock is just flummoxed because he's just like, what? He's behind me.
And Brock always struggles against the smaller nippy guys as well, so that would make sense.
So it'd be funny what he do it when like with a heavyweight guy.
Yeah.
Because you could argue the reason that the smaller nippy guys didn't win is because they were bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, it is an interesting one.
I don't know. I think Kane's winning. I'm just not convinced that it'll be like definitive.
Yeah.
Like a straight pinfall or straight submission.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Kane chokes him out.
Yeah. It's just hard for me to predict any kind of title change on a Saudi show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my thing. I don't know.
Brock won the title at the last Saudi show.
Yeah, but it was vacant.
Yeah.
The only two title changes that have happened on Saudi shows have both been for vacant titles. So anyway, moving on. This match I'm a bit more intrigued for because at least we've seen Cain Velasquez wrestle. This match is, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. It is Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury. That's right, Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion.
Yeah, what is that? What is the lineal heavyweight champion?
He never lost the belt.
Well, yeah, he never did, yeah.
So he technically never lost the championship, so you could technically say he's still champion.
Yeah.
He's lineal means that like you've never.
And I still think he won that fight against Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I mean
when he drew.
But like lineal basically means that you've never lost the title, but you aren't technically champion anymore.
Yeah.
So you vacated it at some stage.
Oh, interesting.
So Strowman versus Fury in a singles bout, one fall to a finish. 30 minutes. Nah, it's not time.
30 minutes.
Yeah, it's anyway. I don't know. Thoughts on this one? At first, I was excited, but then the more I thought about it, because Tyson Fury is a personality, and he's the kind of guy that you think would do very well in WWE.
Yeah.
But then when it actually happens, you're like, wait, how is this going to happen? How is this going to work? In theory, it makes sense, but like,
yeah, like
in theory, but in that theory, you give Tyson Fury a year in the Performance Center.
Yeah, like this seems as if it has been very, very rushed. This deal, and they're just making it happen for crown jewel's sake. Like you can look at the successes of the people who've transitioned into wrestling from other sports, but they've been given time. Ronda was the prime example. Yeah. Ronda had 4 or 5 months to prepare for the match.
I don't know, probably longer.
Probably longer, yeah. Cain Velasquez was training at the Performance Center a year ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Who do you think is winning?
I think this will be a no contest.
You just said you couldn't have Brock and Kane be one.
Yeah, because I was thinking that this is going to be a no contest as well.
So you're saying
if
three.
We're saying three,
yeah. How do you think it ends though? Double knockout.
That'd be cool. That would be so cool if it was a double knockout.
I think Tyson Fury's winning this flat out, definitively knocking out Braun Strowman. Actually, no, fuck it, no, he's not. Strowman's winning this. He's not knocking him out though. I think Strowman's winning this because I think Strowman's winning this with like a power slam or something, or like I wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't be against Strowman rolling him up or something because right.
Imagine Strowman going
small package.
They do the fucking the they do the British Bulldog Bret Hart finish, the sunset flip today.
Because think about it, right? Like Tyson Fury's
fucking Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage finish.
Yeah.
The slam into the small package.
Yes. No, because think about it, right? Tyson Fury's whole like mantra and whole new like life attitude is he's humble and like he's all this, he's all that. And he's just a nice guy now. So he'd be like, "Oh, I stepped into professional wrestling. I took on one of the best, and I lost, and there's no shame in that." You know, it was a great experience to be in there with Braun. You can spin it like that. He's just you know, and Tyson Fury does seem like a legitimately very nice guy, so he could probably bring it off very well. Like I don't know, like it's just hard. Like it's hard to envision because if Tyson Fury's winning this, he's winning it by like knocking Braun out.
Yeah,
he's not pinning him. So it's hard to imagine them putting Braun like fair enough with the Big Show because he was a heel at the time, and it was
see Braun's still a face really, so
and Big Show was around for a very long time at that point, who had done a lot.
Yeah,
whereas Braun is still relatively Braun only debuted 3 years ago.
Yeah,
and as you said, a face. So it's just hard to see him getting sparked out and laid on his back and just being embarrassed by like some guy in his first pro wrestling match.
Yeah.
So, but then why do you get an undefeated boxer in to lose? And it'd be hard to see him like again. I know you can say like, oh, it's not real, so it doesn't technically count as a loss. But like, it's a question of how big is Tyson Fury's ego. Is he going to lose?
I don't think he does have that big.
I don't think so. I don't think he does.
I think, but like you look at the likes of.
But still, imagine like.
Oh yeah, I do understand what.
Sit him down and go. Look, we want you to lose. I know you've never ever lost before, but we want you to lose to one of our guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna go Braun just because I think I think what's his name? Fury just seems like a legit nice enough guy who actually doesn't care. Like he'd probably just be like, "Look, it's all fun. I made a shitload of money, supposedly $15 million,
which is ridiculous."
And like his son, I think is apparently a massive WWE fan. So it's a nice thing for his son to see too, I guess.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, and like they can always just like do the whole hand raise thing afterwards. I don't
know. This is the most unintentionally hilarious feud. Because Tyson Fury is just so unintentionally hilarious. Anyway, it was like that video of Braun blowing him over. And like I've seen a lot of people point out, which is hilarious, is that like Braun comes out of nowhere and no one reacts until Braun actually blows him down. But like, did you not see the 6'11", 400-pound monster running at you? Like, it's like what was behind the camera just didn't exist.
Like, what I thought was funny is no one noticed Tyson Fury in the front row until that moment in the show.
Yeah. But when he was like, "You bum dosser."
I thought it was so funny when he ran him over in the performance center, and he was just like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Ah!" It was just him trying to sell. It was just like, "Ah, my ankle,"
and he gets blown over by his shoulder, and he just reaches for his ankle.
I know it was funny. Yeah, he was like, "I'll see you in Saudi, you dosser," or no, "I'll see you in Saudi, you big bum." I thought that was the funniest line. And it was just Robbie Brookside just getting in Braun's face, being like, "Get out of here!"
Like the scouse came out in Robbie Brookside. He's like
Big Johnny Mass, just coming over, going, "Oi, what are you doing, Braun?"
I love it was like, let's round up all the English people we have in the performance.
I know they all just friends of Tyson Fury. Like, was that meant to be like the London PC?
Yeah.
Braun just flew over to shoulder tackle him.
No, imagine Braun sitting on a flight like on coach.
Like a 7-hour flight. Just from Florida to London. Just there, it's like... Is it even in London? It is, isn't it? Or is it even Blackpool?
I have no idea.
Just there, twiddling his thumbs, just in the middle seat.
Just in baggage claim.
The middle seat. Just like, oh man.
Get into a taxi asking to go.
Between like a tiny little old woman and like... Oh man. Who do you think is winning?
I don't know. I think it's a no contest. I think we either do a double knockout, you do something where they break the ring, maybe.
I don't think they'll break the ring. I think double knockout is probably the most likely thing.
Yeah, unless like you just go all out ridiculous and you have like a bunch of British boxers come in.
Bunch of wrestlers, yeah, just stand
Like
up.
Ricky
like the
Hatton.
NFL thing.
Yeah.
Like the old NFL thing.
Yeah, with Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Just have like Ricky Hatton. Let's like round up every English
Eubank.
boxer.
Get Eubank in. You know he'd fit in exceptionally with his monocle.
But like a fucking Bond villain from 1960. Chris Eubank.
I still think it's so funny. I remember seeing it. This is completely unrelated, but like I remember I was facing video of a guy doing like impressions, and he did one of Chris Eubank Senior, and he was like, "My son." No, it gets better. He's like, my son is. He's like, wait up.
You actually do a really good Eubank.
So funny. And then he's like, my son is the only one who can defeat Lord Voldemort. He's an exceptional boxer. Mr. Potter. Our new celebrity. Where is your monocle? Oh my god.
Could you imagine Chris Eubank cutting a promo in the middle of a ring in Saudi Arabia?
Listen here now, Brock Lesnar. I'm going to give you a right seeing too. Oh god, I want that so badly.
Okay, so what other boxers could you round out, you agree?
Ricky Hatton, Tyson Fury, Chris Eubank Senior.
His band of misfits.
Fucking Prince
Nassim Mohammed.
Nassim.
Go dancing.
He's a fat fuck.
Yeah.
Prince Nassim. He comes out and give me one more to round off the Survivor Series team.
The Survivor Series team.
Anthony Joshua, why not? Just the kingpin. He's the difference maker.
See, Andy Ruiz Jr. said he turned down an offer from WWE.
Really?
Yeah, he said they offered him like 4 million, 5 million.
Yeah.
To go into Saudi Arabia as well.
To fight Braun.
Oh god.
Imagine that height difference. Just imagine the visual. And then Ruiz just knocks him out.
Oh.
He's fighting in Saudi Arabia, sure.
Yeah.
The fight with Joshua's in Saudi Arabia.
Go on, give us a fifth one.
Andy Joshua? But that's not funny though, that's not funny. Trying to think of British boxers that are just jokes.
And here's what you do then. You have Chris Eubank.
Round him up. Chris Eubank is like the manager. So Eubank Senior is the manager. You get Eubank Junior.
Chris Eubank. You have Chris Eubank win the WWE title.
You have Chris Eubank Senior as like a Mama Benjamin.
And then Chris Eubank wins the WWE title, right? Yeah. And he's standing there and like holding it aloft. And then the lights go out and they come back on and Steve Collins is in the middle of the ring.
Oh my god!
The place erupts. And they do it down on Mill Street again.
Oh shit.
Oh god, such a niche reference.
Billy Joe Saunders rounds it out. Joe Saunders rounds it out.
Wouldn't surprise me if he's there, because he's in Fury's camp.
Yeah, so there he goes. There's the connection. So yeah, that's the team. That's the Survivor Series team versus.
I can't get over her good Chris Eubank.
My son is an exceptional boxer. He is the only one to defeat Lord Voldemort. I remember when he said that in the impressions video, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Anyway, finally, the main event. Oh, I think this will be the main event. I don't know what. Nothing's confirmed as to what, but I'd imagine this is. It is Team Hogan versus Team Flair 2 technically, if you count the TNA one. So you have Hulk Hogan's amalgamation of superheroes.
Question: is this an elimination match?
No.
Okay.
One
so
fall
it's
to
one
a
fall
finish.
to a finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have Team Hogan consists of team captain Roman Reigns. Why they're team captains, I don't know. Because what input did they have at all? Roman Reigns.
Here's what formation we're gonna play.
Yeah, literally. Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, Shorty G, Chad Gable, and Ali, taking on Team Flair, captained by Randy Orton, King Corbin, Bobby Lashley, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Drew McIntyre. Who do you have and why? Who do you think? Okay, before you pick who's winning, who has the better team on paper? Who has the better team? Let's go through
They're quite evenly matched.
Let's go through like the.
I'd say Roman Reigns might tip the scale for.
So Roman Reigns is a 4-time world champion,
Mm.
Intercontinental champion, US champion, tag team champion, Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
Rusev, 3-time US champion. That's it. I think.
Is he not an Intercontinental champion now?
No, never won that.
Okay.
Ricochet.
Is he tag champ?
No.
Did him and Thing win it? No.
No.
Him in English, no.
No, never.
Okay.
Ricochet, former NXT
US.
North American champion and United States champion.
Okay.
Chad Gable, former NXT tag team champion,
former
SmackDown tag team champion, former Raw tag team champion,
and King of the Ring finalist.
And Ali technically has no accolades to his name.
Cruiserweight? Did he not win?
Never won the Cruiserweight title. Yeah. He was the first one to bridge the gap between 205 Live and SmackDown. He was the first one who went over.
Yeah. And he probably could have been WWE champion if he didn't get injured.
Yeah, but look, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Then you have Randy Orton, who's like, is he like a 13-time world champion, 4-time IC champion, former US champion, multiple like 4 or 5-time tag champ, Royal Rumble winner, 2-time Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, youngest world champion in history. Baron Corbin, former US champion, former Money in the Bank winner, King of the Ring 2019 winner, and Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley, former United States champion, former ECW
champion.
world champion, former 2-time Intercontinental champion.
TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, well, that doesn't count. Shinsuke Nakamura, former 2-time NXT champion, former United States champion, former current Intercontinental champion.
IWGP Intercontinental.
That doesn't. Champion. What? The what? What's that? Fake belt. And Drew McIntyre, former IC champion, former 2-time tag team champion, and former NXT champion. I think Team Flair has the better one on paper.
Yeah.
Accolades wise.
Yeah.
Like Team Hogan does have
it
the one
is
guy
quite evenly matched though. Yeah, they have the one guy who was never
has nothing. Yeah.
And yeah.
No, but like on paper, I think Flair picked a blinder here.
Yeah. Is the inevitable going to happen, or is Ric Flair and
Are we going to address the big elephant in the room?
Are they going to get physical with each other?
I think they will. Yeah. On the outside, I don't think they'll get in the match. I think they would have been announced by now.
Do you not think they'll get in the match?
I think they would have been announced. That's something you build to. I think.
Oh, no, I think they're going to be in the match.
How? Who gets taken out?
Joel, I don't even think it's that they'll be taken out. I think there will be a confusing ending where
everyone will be down. So like Flair and Hogan will get into the ring, and one of them will pin each other, even though they're not in the match, and that'll be it.
No, I think the ref will be knocked down. A second ref will come out. The other ref will wake. There'll be like a finish where they both could have made the argument for being pins, and then they'd be like, "Fuck it, everyone get out of the ring,
singles
everyone out of the ring."
I am over
and the show will end with the main event. 35 years too late in a WWE ring. The main event of the Saudi Arabia show.
Did it happen in a WWE ring?
Never
happened.
Never did. Should have happened at WrestleMania 8 and didn't.
But I was convinced it happened at like a Survivor Series or something, or
no, never did. Never did in a singles match.
Yeah.
No, it only happened in WCW. That was it.
And it wasn't even that good, was it?
No, but it was long past.
Yeah, the iron had much cooled down.
Yeah,
by then.
And God, it's it's going to be frozen over by.
There is no iron now. They're just hitting it.
it's integrated
It's just
into
a hammer,
into
hammer hitting some dust.
Yeah, and I think it'll end with Hogan not dropping the leg, but slamming him, because Flair will take another bump. Flair will get up for him again. Like,
why don't you think Hogan drops leg? Because he can't. Because of his hips.
Yeah, his hips are fucked. He can't.
Yeah,
he hasn't dropped the leg since he's come back.
He hasn't. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done it. He's just come out and made bizarre promos.
But he's gotten physical once or twice.
I am a real man. Still such a good theme song.
Yeah,
I know. Am I a bad person for liking it? I don't know. So who do you think? What? Okay, who's winning this?
Team Hogan, obviously.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
Baby faces.
He's a king over there.
Who pins who? Because it's one fall.
Hogan pins Flair.
Do you think that's the case?
No, I think Ali gets the win because.
I think so.
Yeah, you're in Saudi Arabia, and
he's not Saudi Arabian.
Yeah, but he's that descent. That's not being racist.
He's from Pakistan.
Yes, but he is of their culture.
I think he's from Pakistan.
One of
he's
them.
Muslim.
Yeah, but he's of their culture, so they are gonna like him. Although do you remember when fucking Arya Daivari
came booed him out, yeah.
And they almost incited a riot.
But that's because he's from like
their rival
country. But he's from Syria or something, or he's from. Yeah, he's not from like a friendly.
He's from Abu Dhabi, isn't it?
I don't know where he's from, but he's from.
Not Abu Dhabi. What's the other one? The Saudi Arabia.
It's not Israel, is it?
No. Where was Mohammed Hassan supposed to be from?
Afghanistan.
Was it?
I don't know.
Iraq?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Iran?
Iran, I think, maybe.
I don't know, but like I know that it's not.
Yeah, I remember it nearly fucking caused a riot that time.
Yeah.
It was like the most heat anyone's ever gotten at a WWE show in about 15 years.
So you think Mustafa Ali is winning this match because... And who's he pinning? You've got...
Corbin.
You've got Orton, Corbin, Lashley, Nakamura and McIntyre.
Corbin.
Or
else Nakamura. Because you could lead to a
few. Yeah. Maybe just Orton. Orton could take pins.
Yeah, but they always like to keep Orton strong.
Yeah.
And at a multi-man match, I don't see why you need to have Orton get pinned here. I think Corbin, because Corbin is always the one who can take a pin.
Yeah, just a detestable bastard.
Yeah.
You know, in an ideal world, right? I think Team Hogan's winning this too, because obviously.
Yeah.
But in an ideal world, Rusev would win by pinning Lashley. And
but that's
put that to bed. Just put that to bed.
That's not going to happen.
I know.
Unless
Rusev turns.
No, unless Lana turns on Lashley and it turns out to be a big ruse.
I'm not going to say that.
That would make sense. That would at least.
Why would that make sense?
That would be the one
She's
redeeming
been banging Lashley.
Well, we don't know that.
Yes, but
have you seen it?
Wait, no. So you're meaning to tell me that she's been fooling Lashley by turning off the light and just lying in bed next to him, and he's like just.
We don't know what goes on behind closed.
I know we don't, but I'm just saying that we are led to presume that they are doing the dance with no pants.
Yeah, but then you could say that. You said that Rusev is that desperate to win and is that competitive that he'll pimp his wife out.
That's such a heel thing to do. Yeah. Such a Hogan thing to do.
Oh God. I'm not even. Yeah.
All right.
If you've according to some people, it's the thing he did do.
Yeah, exactly. Like so. No, don't say that to me. I think Hogan wins.
And the person who claims that now has an award named after him for Good Samaritans.
Funny world we live in. I think Team Hogan wins with Roman pinning Randy. I think it's just going to be like captain pins captain. That's probably the only reason the captain thing is there.
Yeah, maybe.
But like in an ideal world, I just put this like we're having a divorce court tonight. Are they just going to get divorced, kayfabe, on national television? Why? I don't know how they've resisted this long without bringing in like Jerry Springer or like Dr. Phil.
You know what they're trying, like.
You know, I think Jerry Springer did. I think Springer tweeted him or something, One of
Spears
them.
done it before.
I know, yeah, he did it with the Bellas, but like I think he recently, when this first started, he tweeted at him.
No, he tweeted at Mike Kanellis, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that's
It was
right.
Maria and Mike.
That's right, yeah.
But
But Rusev was involved. That's the thing. Wasn't Rusev revealed to be the father of the child like the very first week?
yeah.
Rusev came back. Oh, that's fucking hell.
Such a mess.
Such a mess. So yeah, that's Crown Jewel, Jack. You excited?
As Saudi shows go, yes.
It's probably the best one. Probably the best card.
Like the last one.
Like
it can't be any worse than the last one, and it can't be any worse than the last.
What was the last? The last one was Super Showdown. What happened to that one?
Undertaker and Goldberg.
What was that one?
Yeah.
Oh god.
No, it wasn't Super Showdown. It was, or was yeah, it was.
It was Super Showdown because Crown Jewel last year was DX versus Brothers of Destruction. So, right, I didn't realize that was that.
Yeah, Undertaker Goldberg. So
that was only like April. That feels like ages ago.
Yeah. Undertaker Goldberg was the last one, so it can only go up. And to be fair, unless they turn around and like here's Rick and Hulk, like there's not.
No
like,
old men fighting each other. Yeah.
They all seem to be good matches.
Well, okay, hold on now. Like a 20-man battle royal is just going to be fun because it's a battle royal.
Yeah.
And then you have a winner versus AJ, and an AJ Styles match is more than likely going to be somewhat entertaining.
Yeah.
Rollins versus Bray is at least intriguing because we all want to know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, we're not going to say it's going to be good, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The tag team turmoil match is going to be messy as fuck. But,
but you know.
Yeah, but look, it's whatever. Mansoor and Cesaro could genuinely steal the show. That's my pick to be match of the night.
Yeah.
Brock and Kane, we all want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like the fact that Kane's in there. You want to see this.
Yeah. This is eerily similar to when Ronda debuted, because when people were like, "Oh, I don't want to see this," like, will Ronda even be good? And then Ronda came out and fucking stole the show.
That was like a 15-minute like masterclass.
I wouldn't even. I imagine it just like
after Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair
doing handsprings and everything.
Imagine Brock, yeah, but bust out the shooting star press.
Just to start doing cartwheels.
Yeah. Strowman Fury is intriguing, and then Hogan and Flair is just going to be funny as fuck. Because you know if Hogan and Flair are going to be ringside, so they're just going to be like at each other all day.
But anything Rick is in now is hilarious.
Did you see him on Raw last week with his promo?
Apparently he was drunk.
Did you hear his promo? It was fucking like
he was all over the place with SmackDown too.
He was all over the place on Raw. He was like, he said when he brought out McIntyre, he was like, first he called out the Cleveland Browns because he was like he says he called out like Odell Beckham Jr. and he said like, oh, where's Odell? I told you I'd give him the rub. And then he said LeBron's gone, so the only thing you have left resembling a champion is the Nature Boy. But he said like he was slurring the whole time. Then he was like, I'm gonna bring out my guy. He's but he's like, at the Crown Jewel, look at the insignia. And it's like, what? And he was like, he's a jet flying, limousine riding, styling, profiling, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, limousine riding. He like kept repeating himself, and he was like, son of a gun, he's kissed every girl here, and he made him cry since he's been here last night. And then he was like, he can play for you guys. He pointed at the Cleveland Brown because he's that bad. He's a badass. And then Drew McIntyre came out and
Joe like Rick is drunk and Rick and Morty and he goes off and these like
tangents. Yeah. But then Drew got in the ring and like Drew was like kind of not trying to make an entrance but trying to get into the ring, and like Rick was like stopping him going, look at these biceps, look at these pythons.
He's like an old person at a party. Yeah, be like, oh, look how big you've gotten.
But then he was like, I can't wait for Ricochet. He couldn't say Ricochet. It was so funny. And
in his promo on SmackDown, he was like, he was actually fine. He was coherent. And he was like,
as coherent as he could be, anyway.
As Rick, but halfway through, he was in the middle of a point, and then he just shouted out of nowhere, Randy Orton, and then went back to the point. He was like, at Crown Jewel, Randy Orton, we're gonna beat you. And he just shouted, it was like Tourette's. He just shouted Randy Orton.
And now we know why Randy Orton got into Evolution.
Yeah.
Ric Flair just combustibly says his name. I think, I don't know. Do you think Charlotte just gets like absolute complete anxiety every time he has to show up for a show? Because she's just like, what's he going to do? What's he going to say?
Yeah.
I wonder how he gets on with Andrade.
I don't know. Probably.
Imagine Rick and Andrade's like conversations. One can't speak English and one has lost the ability to speak.
They've just created their own language.
Jet flying, limousine right. That's like the only words you can say now. Son of a gun.
He's like an old toy that's losing battery. He's just like, you get what it's trying to say. you know what it's saying because it's been saying it for years.
It's like that scene in Finding Nemo where he's like, I know it's so cute. I know he's trying to say something, but I just don't know what. Oh god. So yeah, that's Crown Jewel taking place this Thursday on Halloween night. Why don't they just bring back Halloween Havoc? And yeah, the latest line, we're 4 shows into a 20-show deal. Oh no, 4 shows into a 20-show deal.
A lot of them to come. I'm kind of excited by them because they're just so ridiculous now that it's hilarious.
Well, like just keep the just pray Saudi Arabia don't do anything, that could cause a national incident, and just don't have any old men fight each other. Oh, you should have said actually for the Bray and Seth thing, what you said to me in the car.
What did I say?
You said Taker shows up.
Yeah, I could see that happening because he's not on the show.
And just
one
of his powers is just vanishing Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
You know what?
Seth Rollins just wakes up in bed, just like.
So whenever WWE book themselves in a corner, they can just always get out of it with Taker.
Yeah.
Like he's like their undo button.
Yeah, he actually is. He just erases the fact that Seth Rollins was ever there.
Yeah, like
Seth Rollins will wake up in his bed in Florida, just like in a cold sweat next to Becky Lynch, and Becky was like, "What?" I had this dream.
Oh my god! Could you imagine if like
I had this nightmare?
Could you imagine if like at the end of the Saudi show it just ended with Seth Rollins? Yeah, he's like
Vince just.
What the hell's wrong?
What the fuck? What was that? I just had a great idea. And then it's like reinstated. That's what happens. That's what happens in the year 2028. We get Vince wakes up from a dream, and he's like, "Oh my god, I just had this fantastic idea. We're gonna run Saudi Arabia," and then like it signs a new 10-year deal. Oh man. So yeah, we wrap it.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose we leave it there. Is there anything else you want to talk about? We'll be back hopefully next week to discuss everything. Crown Jewel and stay tuned for the Monday Night Wars.
Wednesday Night Wars.
Wednesday Night Wars. Jesus. Wednesday Night Wars, and we'll see who's after taking the lead because it's 2-2 now.
In our books. If you're going ratings wise, it's like 4-0.
Yeah.
So
actually, did you see just before we go off the air? SmackDown this week
888-000.
It's the lowest SmackDown ever.
Is it?
888,000 is the lowest viewed SmackDown ever.
I thought that would be fairly good.
When have WWE ever done under a million? Even at their worst Raw ratings like 1.2.
I never really followed TV ratings.
But at the height, SmackDown would do 3 million.
Well, I know the very first show did 4.
Yeah.
The debut Fox one did 4 million.
And
That is a massive drop.
that is
That's
3,200,000
3,200,000
people that decided not to watch it.
Well, yeah. Well, let's just round it off to 3 million people.
Yeah.
3 million people did. That is bananas.
Do you see the ratings for Raw on Sky this week?
Oh, that happens on Sundays.
No, the live Sky.
Oh, on Sky. Yeah,
on
no.
Sky. On average, they do like something like 200 to 300,000 views live on Sky because obviously the time difference and stuff. Last week's Raw did 5,000.
Really?
5,000 only.
Sky only airs in the UK and Ireland, right?
Yeah.
So only 5,000 people between 5 countries technically.
Yeah.
Watched it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's like
watched it live.
That's
anyway.
like that's like the population of like the north side of Cork.
I could go outside and round up 5,000.
Yeah,
people.
genuinely, yeah. That's like half my. That's like.
It's like my college.
It's like we combined our Facebook friends. We probably probably have 5,000.
You're right. We leave it there.
Yeah, why not?
We're probably going to do more than 5,000 listens on this episode.
Fuck's sake. For my Chris Eubank impression alone.
Yeah, that deserves
it. So yeah, that's been us.
I'm going to find that and cut it out and put it on YouTube.
Please do. So stay tuned for next week, hopefully. I mean, again, like we said, we're full of empty promises. So we'll try to be back next week for all the Crown Jewel recap. There'll probably be there'll be stuff to talk about. Wednesday Night Wars. Yada. Enjoy the wrestling. And yeah, enjoy the Crown Jewel. Look in the insignia.